Let's learn how to make these keychains. These make great gifts or items you can sell in your shop. Hey, it's Jennifer with Pigskins and Pigtails. On my channel, I show you how to screen print using your vinyl cutter. For this project, I've cut 2 small pieces of vinyl with the words maker and play ball. The great part about using vinyl for screen printing is that you can customize this to whatever saying or design you want to make. I'm using my Pigskins and Pigtails transfer tape to transfer this adhesive vinyl to the back of my screen printing frame. For this project, it doesn't really matter where you place the vinyl. I'm going to put mine in the top middle of the frame. With the vinyl pressed on the screen, you can peel the transfer tape off, leaving your vinyl design on the screen. I'm using heavy cotton webbing for this project, which I will link to below. My wording is about 5 inches, so I'm going to cut my webbing at about 13 inches. So basically take the length of your wording and double it, and then add 2 to 3 inches. This will allow you to fold the webbing in half to make the key fob and leave enough excess for the clamp. Now here's my trick to making sure that the design is centered and in the correct spot. Before I add the painter's tape to my screen, I'm going to line up the webbing under the vinyl. I'm making sure I have about 1 inch between the end of the webbing and the start of my design. Once it's in the right spot, I'm going to use masking tape to mark my spot. This is the guide mark that I'll use to line up each additional piece of webbing. Then I can add the painter's tape around the vinyl to catch any ink that goes beyond the vinyl. With everything set up, we are ready to add our screen printing ink. I'm using Speedball fabric ink for this. This is water-based ink, and you'll see why I love using this ink when you see the final results. With a firm squeegee, I'm going to press hard as I pull the squeegee over my screen. I go over this about 4 times. Lift the screen and take a look at your print. The great part about screen printing is that you can use this setup to keep printing as many keychains as you need. This process is very efficient. It takes very little ink to keep printing the design over and over. Remember I mentioned you can use any design you cut on your vinyl cutter? I'm going to add another design right below this one to make a few more keychains. You can use any ink color, so I'm going to switch to Speedball red fabric ink for this design. The hinge frame really makes this process easy to line up the webbing under my screen as you print all of these. Now I'm done printing all the keychains I need. I'm going to take the vinyl off the screen. Just peel it away and carefully scrape off the little pieces of vinyl. Now I can take this to my sink and clean the screen. Once it's dry, it'll be ready for my next project. If you properly maintain your screen, you can use this same screen to make hundreds of different projects. Once your screen printing ink is completely dry, you want to use a heat press or an iron or this Easy Press Mini. Heating the ink will cure it, making it permanent. Now, if our keychain gets wet or washed, the ink will not fade or come off. Now we are ready to assemble the keychains. I'm using 1.5 inch key fob hardware, which I have linked in the description. Fold your webbing in half and trim off any excess. Next, you'll use pliers to close the clamp on the webbing. I'm using a piece of scrap webbing on top of my clamp. If you use your pliers directly on the metal piece, it will scratch it. You can add a key ring and you have a wristlet key fob. I hope you enjoy watching this process. If you have any questions, ask me in the comments. If you'd like to see more project ideas like this one, be sure to subscribe to my channel. You can also check out my channel for more videos on how to screen print with your vinyl cutter.